and thanks for joining me here. I'm just going to take a sip of water. It is hot in here. So, hello everyone, and welcome to Scaling Cybersecurity, a partner's perspective within co-monitoring and incident response. I'm going to do a quick introduction, but let's first just jump through the agenda. Going to explain a little bit about what we see as the value of co-monitoring and incident response. But we're also going to talk a little bit about partnership as a growth strategy, because having some of these products yourself as a MSP can be very expensive. And then I have a real-life user case where we actually recently had to use WithSecure's incident response team. So hold on, and then I'll go through that as well. So a quick introduction. My name is Tobias. As mentioned, I'm a digital transformation manager at Meyer. I'm originally actually from the gaming industry, so I'm quite new in the IT industry, but I'm learning as we go and enjoying every bit of it. And right now, I'm helping companies with their IT infrastructure, their cybersecurity, and of course, because I am from the gaming industry, I'm helping them play more Counter-Strike as well. I work for a company called Meyer. Meyer was founded by a guy called Philip Darabos in 2007, where we had a vision, or he had a vision and a mission, to make sure that we delivered new standards inside of IT services. I'm here to give you the commercial angle on some of these products, what our thoughts have been, and again, the user case. So let's jump right into it. So the first thing, and the first most obvious value for us as an MSP, is that it's easy and cost-effective to get a 24/7 MDR when you combine your own surveillance inside office hours with WithSecure's out-of-office package. Besides that, it's a great opportunity to use that collaboration with sharing ideas, going over your client's setup with the specialist from WithSecure that we are really, really enjoying so far, because it makes us even more specialized when we talk to the clients. AI hacks is going to be a thing, is already a thing. They don't sleep. You guys have to. We have to as well. So partnering up about a co-monitoring solution really helps us get some more peace, and it helps get the client some peace as well. So this is kind of like our value points. It gives you an enhanced security performance. I think there's no doubt about that. We all know how expensive a security specialist is nowadays. So being an MSP and having all that inside knowledge at your own office, that is a tough one to have that. Increased customer retention. It does make it easier to keep the customer in your stale, so to speak, because you can offer a very wide range of services if you have the right partner. Which leads me to that it gives you a competitive edge if you utilize those products the right way with your own products. And as we all know, at least that's what we're seeing in Denmark, there is an increased demand for co-monitoring, or just in general 24/7 monitoring. And with the new NIS2 coming out, the whole idea about having a plan and also a ready team, or a plan for what you will do when shit hits the fan, sorry my French, but that is very important. So, partnership as a strategy for growth. We have been using this partnership with WithSecure to grow more, mainly because it would cost us, our very rough estimates, 400,000 euro a year to run our own MDR 24/7. That equates to 15,000 users paying per month. Or another example would be that we had 75 companies with around 200 endpoints that we had to service to get to the same price as the price constellation when we combine it with WithSecure. So that's definitely a very, very important part in all of this. Again, it's a very nice way to leverage resources. In Denmark, for example, we have a very close relationship with our local office from WithSecure, who is able to go with us on meetings and are able to make a lot of things a lot easier for us, but also makes us look way more professional. Clients are looking for a complete solution in 2024. I think we all, again, have seen that as well. At least I'm seeing it a lot. A lot of clients are looking for solutions where you get everything in one solution. And sometimes it is very hard for us as IT partners or whoever it is that's sitting and controlling this to offer everything at once. And that's where a strong partnership really, really makes a difference. So having an effective partnership strategy, as I just talked about, and especially with the NIS2 requirements coming, both directly and indirectly. I think it was 150,000 companies across Europe is going to be hit by this. And I think we all are aware that the shadow numbers in that is going to be way higher, but we just don't know yet. So it's definitely a very, very important thing to look at. Oh, I don't know.
Hello people at Sphere 2024. We have overtaken this presentation to give you an important message for the companies that you are helping with cybersecurity. Nearly 4,000 new cyber attacks happen every day, and 48% of breaches are happening to companies with under 1,000 employees. The global average cost of a data breach in 2023 was $4.45 million. The time to act is now.
Okay, then that happened. One thing that was extremely, was a kind of like a mind-opening thing to me is that I think a lot of the times when we talk about comprehensive IT security solutions, all the smaller companies below the 1,000 employees, they always talk about, well, I can buy myself very poor in IT security. And are they even interested in me? No, I'm just a small player. We have 300 employees. We're local, all of that. 48% of companies below 1,000 employees get hit by these cyber attacks. That's a pretty huge number. And it just gives us even more reason to be, at least to be motivated to be even better at displaying this out to the customers. So this might be a little fun gimmick, but in reality, it is way more serious than we actually think it is, and especially for the smaller companies. I promised you a little case we had recently where, of course, a lot of the things I can't say because it's confidential, but we had a case where one of our bigger clients actually had or was about to have a ransomware attack. Luckily, it didn't end up with that. But it all started with an EDR detection alert. We are delivering surveillance for them, so the system saw it, we reacted to it. But because we very quickly saw that this is not just a normal false positive, as a lot of the alarms are, we saw in the detection that this was a credential harvesting activity that was discovered. The minute we saw that, and because of our strong relationship with WithSecure, we elevated that right away. And what was interesting to us is that, and I'm sure it's interesting to you guys as well, is that this is not something that's happening, on a day-to-day basis, that we just elevate or we have to bring out the big guns. It's happening globally, but I think if I talk for a lot of you, that this is not something that just happens every day. So this was a great chance for us to really see how great the tool is and the cooperation with the incident response team at WithSecure is, but also to showcase our customers that we actually got your back, and this is not just empty promises, but when shit hits the fan, we are ready. So we elevated it, and WithSecure quickly went in with their response team. I think it was 5 people that were just working day and night on figuring out to determine where it came from, to figure out how bad it was, to guide us and the customer in how they could deal with this the best way to make sure that they could get the business up and running again without losing a lot of things, a lot of data. They figured out that bots or AI was actually one of the reasons that it started somewhere, where this bot and AI figured out that there was a weak password and they logged in, and then from there on, it was elevated to some of the more stronger hackers. Slow attack in the shadows. They also figured out that this actually happened last year, and it was only 2.5 months after that the system became aware of it, our surveillance became aware of it, because at that point it had only been just a login, nothing else, nothing more serious. And that is what we're seeing and what we're looking into right now when we talk cybersecurity, is that when we look at the old days, it was quick in, quick out, and now it's more like let's draw it out, let's take us some time, and then at some point we're just going to go with full force and lock all the data, and then you have a full ransomware happening and a lot of money that you have to either pay to the ransomware attacker or that you're going to lose in lost production. This had a happy ending, which was, of course, very good for us and for the customer, for WithSecure, for every party involved in it, because the system saw it the minute it became aware of it. We reacted very quickly. WithSecure reacted extremely quickly and just elevated it exactly as we would have dreamed about them elevating it. Everything got handled. Did it mean that the company or client still had to pay some money for the elevation? Of course they had. But maybe it was only 5 or 10% of what it would have costed them if it would have been a full ransomware attack. So that is a pretty big point also when you go out to your clients and talk to them, is that there is a big difference in how you actually handle this and how you make sure that things are set up the right way. That was actually all I had. For now, I have some closing remarks. I was at the Partner Advisory Board yesterday, and we had some really great discussions across borders, across countries. And I want to use the stage now to say that let's do that even more. And if some of you want to connect on LinkedIn, feel free to do that. And otherwise, I'll see you at WithSecure's Partner Forum, where there's also an opportunity to discuss these things together. Because in the end, the cyber threat and the cyber attack that's going to come in the future are going to be so massive that we need to work together so we go out with the same sentiment to our customers or our partners, so everyone understands that it is getting way more serious. And then thanks for attending my TED Talk. It's, of course, just a joke, but thanks for tuning in, and I hope that you got some value out of it. And if not, I hope it creates some discussions within your groups or together with me at some point, and then we can continue that online. So that was it for me.
Thank you, Tobias. I was a little bit shocked when the video started, so a good hack there. Thank you for joining, appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
For now, we are closing the demo stage. Keep in mind, tomorrow morning at 9, we will start here again with the book signing, then the book launch, so be here. Now we will move to the main stage for the final keynote of today.